Check it out, friends. It's 2020, and I'm back doing a little dream stream, as usual. And this is my most recent creation that I submitted to the Community Jam for New Year's. This is the final version here. Every little thing. Just covering a little Bob Marley. I recorded this through my headset on PlayStation 4 on Dreams. Kind of cool. So anyway, enough about me. How about you? So we're going to be starting a brand new creation. And if we look at the Community Jam this week, it is sci-fi, science fiction. So that's a really cool subject to be creating with, and I'm kind of excited. Usually I don't care a whole lot about the Community Jams, but now that I got third place in one of the Community Jams, I'm a little more hyped. So let's get to it. We're going to start a brand new creation, and I have a general idea of what I'm going to do here. Let's see. It's going to be kind of a audio-visual kind of dream. And I always like to put on the floor and grid snap. And since we're actually going to be getting we're going to create some big stuff right away. I'm going to go all the way to 8. This is my favorite thing to lock on when you use the floor. So because when you put on 8 grid snap and you use the floor, everything locks to these squares. So you can just use this whole grid as if you're making like a large landscape or something. It makes it a lot easier. So the plan is I'm going to make kind of maybe a silhouette. It's going to be a distant skyline of skyscrapers, but it's essentially post-apocalyptic, and it's been taken over by giant walking robots, kind of like War of the Worlds. And I don't know, that's as far as I'm thinking. I'm going to got a few other ideas, so but I'll just start going at it and you'll kind of see where I'm going. So I'm thinking of stretching this out, or do I just want to go with the money? Because I have some preset. So if I go to my creations, and if I type in 16, nothing shows up because I must be searching for the wrong. Let's try that again. I like to make really huge floors. See, I got a 16 by 16 by 1 floor. So I could pop this in instead. Let's just roll with this guy here. We're going to go all the way up to 32. We're going to stretch this out. We're just going to kind of give ourselves a little bit of landscape. I want to mark this though. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4 that way and 4 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will kind of maybe be the base for our skyline. It'll be about that wide. And we could always make it bigger or smaller depending. But I'm thinking the size of these squares will be good sizes for buildings, so that should be good, right? I kind of want to make it a little bigger. Let's do 2 more on each side. What the heck? Come on. Oh, there we go. 1, 2. And the reason I'm doing it this way is, you'll see. Whoa. 1, 2. Because I stretch it out evenly both ways, so if we go to the very center, if we're using our floor grid here, we're still centered up and we have a perfectly centered like rectangle, if you want to call it that. So now, dude, this might be perfect. I'll get into a little more depth of what I'm talking about with this grid. So we're going to go to sculpt, we're going to go to cube, and we're going to want to make a cube the perfect size that fits one of these little squares, our grid. So obviously we got to make it bigger. Let's see if we can't eyeball it right away. Quick. See if we got lucky there. I doubt it, but gonna go to 4, line it up here. line it up here. Ooh, I think I did guess properly. So if you'll see this cube that I just made, it lines up perfectly with our floor grid. And that's going to make creating buildings and skyscrapers a lot easier. We can kind of just keep everything locked into place. It's just going to work itself out. So everything we're going to base off of is just going to be off of this first cube here. So don't forget the first cube. And it's going to be kind of centered up here. So let's put this first cube, actually we'll put it behind, off the grid, and let's put it on it. Okay, now I gotta actually make sure to be careful. We're gonna turn it back up to 8. So now that we're on 8, anywhere I move it, it's gonna be snapped to the grid no matter what. Very convenient. So next step is let's start making some buildings. And let's just leave this block as is. You know, I'm gonna put it behind here just so I know this is our sample block. And I'll just keep copying blocks off of that block if needed. So here's only one. Actually, let's just make a bunch here. So we're gonna, each of these buildings here, we're gonna make them into a different building shape. And we'll just start with this one. We'll do another simple. We'll just scale it up one thing. Well, that's it for that one. This one, let's do double that. 4. This one, we're gonna delete this one. We'll stretch this puppy out. Maybe a little of that. Sure, looks good. And then this one, we're gonna do the same thing. Let's just copy and paste that guy. We'll stretch that out. See where we're getting? So I'm getting just different looks, different buildings, shapes. So once we have a ton of these, we'll be able to make a nice cute skyline silhouette type thing. So we can just kind of keep going with these. Like these are actually, these 4, you could almost build an entire city skyline with just these 4 blocks, but I want a little bit more going on here. We're gonna get this going higher. Should I keep everything even maybe? 2s and 4s? Nah, what's the fun in that? And also let me get my chat set up here. Excuse me. Click on that. And I think eventually all these buildings I'm just going to turn pitch black because they're just going to be a silhouette with a sunset behind it. Which we'll get to real soon, I promise. It'll all start to make sense soon. If it doesn't already, it should. But alright, so let's make a couple more buildings. I'm already thinking of some good ones, so maybe something like, I don't know, stretch this. We need like a tall, wide building. Yeah, something like an apartment. This will be like an apartment complex. Even something like that. You know, let's make that. I don't want things too crazy. Yeah, we'll do one more bigger. But then we'll also do a shorter one. And I'm using the Dual Shock, if you haven't noticed. I do own Move controllers, but haven't quite got there yet. Is that too tall? A little bit. Let's do that down one. It's gonna put you down one. I wish I kept the tool instead of. And should we get this? A lot of fat buildings. Do we need another? Oh, what else do we need? Maybe a factory kind of building? Sure. Picturing it now. So let's go with you for now. And we'll stretch it down. Do I want to get too detailed right now? Yeah, might be too much right now. This could be enough, at least for starter. We can get back to more detailed buildings. Let's do that. We'll get back to that eventually. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And actually we obviously could just use a single block. So 8 different buildings. Is that enough to work with? I'd say so. What am I forgetting? An even triple wide? Yeah, maybe that's what we're missing. Something like a triple wide, triple story. It'll be like a big square. Something like that. No, that looks weird. More like that. Sure. One giant building to fill in any blocks if we need it. Now, do I want to make all these buildings black now? Might as well. Crap, I should have. Yeah, dang it. Let's see, if we go to tools, we go to sculpture. Okay, these are all. What I should have done, very first thing I should have done. Dang it, back out of here. Before I started copying this single block back here, I should have zoomed into it and probably turned off. I should have turned off impasto, and maybe done something like change these color amounts. Too late now. Yeah, maybe it won't be a big deal. Ah, crap, but I'm OCD about this. It's alright, there's only 8 of them. I'm just going to turn the impasto down on all these. Makes it just a little more crisp. The impastos kind of just gives it a little weird fluffy vibe. And you know, there's probably a better way I could do this, but it's too late now. You could also go to like style mode and go to impasto and then decrease, and then it's kind of hard to tell with that. So ignore what I just did. That was bad practice. Poor etiquette. But now, so what happens when I'm streaming and dreaming? I get too distracted. Can I paint everything at once? Oh, I sure can. See, that's how I should have done the other one too then. Okay, so anyway, let's click on all the buildings. And we're going to go to coat mode. What kind of spray we want? Metal, rough. Let's do rough. Maybe default plastic. Colors is black, and hopefully this just turns everything. Oh, I gotta go to add color. Wait. Alright. It's kind of the boring stuff. It's not super like creative looking, but we're kind of setting ourselves up for a nice simple palette of fun eventually. But anyway, so far everything has been organic. We haven't had to steal anything from anybody. So the next thing I think will be, go back to edit mode here. You know, I should turn this black too. Alright, so we're going to keep that. We're going to copy and paste this. And then stretch this puppy a bunch. Oops, shouldn't have done that. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And now it'll be kind of something like this, if you can see what I'm getting to. But we'll randomize these buildings. This is just one of each. We might even layer them. I'm hoping I can layer them a bit. So in that case, we're going to have to... Okay, yep, there. I just figured it out. Okay, going to copy and paste this thing right here. Put it to the back of it. So I'm trying to keep things organized right now. So we got the back spot, the front spot, and then our middle spot with all the buildings actually on it. But the camera's going to be so far back, which actually let's put the camera down right now now that we got kind of what we're looking for. I think we're going to have to make it wider. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna, because it's gonna be a pretty large scene in just one shot, so that's fine though. Let's delete you. Could probably even delete you. So we're gonna put our snap back onto 32. Basically, we need to make this wider, because it's gonna be a huge scene from left to right, like a landscape scene. So scope into this, go to stretch, and let's do another 10. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, so 5 there. 1, 2, 3. I should probably place our camera down to get ourselves better, instead of having to try to zoom out every time. It's a little bit more like it, I think. Yeah, see, you can get like this far out. Is that far enough? I'd say go big or go home. So we're gonna do another 5. Just to give ourselves a little extra space. 1, 2. You know what I should be doing when I do this is, I bet if I just turned on mirror mode, it would just do both sides instead of having to do both sides individually. 1. Oh, that seemed like 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's put a camera down. And we're going to center our camera up right with the center line, because this is the center of the map. So we can just put the camera somewhere on this center line and we're going to be golden. Because we're just setting ourselves up for success here by using the grid and just staying disciplined. Whoa. Yeah, sure. Can bring it back a bit. Oh yeah, we're snapped on 32 right now. It's kind of hard to move stuff around when it's on 32. Almost. Actually, we can go about quite a bit more. Zooming on out. Okay, I think we're getting there. Let's do right up here. Something like this. So now we got our camera somewhat in place. I'm sure I'll move it 100 more times, but and I've been thinking of making it like water right here, so we'll have a reflection of the skyline. But that'll be something we can add later. So for now, I think it's going to be kind of more of a fun part where I can actually start copying and pasting these buildings and start to shuffle them around a little bit. And I don't know, surprised people are coming in. What's up? Welcome to the Spidey stream. And let's start getting easy with some skyscrapers. Hello there, Federico Toriani. All right, let's get wild. Ready? So we're on our grid snap is at 8. We got our floor on, so we can start just throwing some buildings down. I'm gonna just design a little quick little fun little city. And we have, I think it was 10 different type of buildings, so you can kind of try to randomize things a little bit. Even do something like this. You know, somebody bought out a little plot of land and put down a few factories over there. And I'm eventually back layer. We've got 1, 2 layers to play with a little bit, so let's definitely get some more of these tall skyscrapers up in here. And let's start playing with these layers. We're gonna do the front layer and the back layer for now. Playable scene, currently it's gonna just kind of be a scenic, just kind of like what I'm picturing right now. It's for the Sci-fi community jam, and I'm picturing like a huge and maybe he has a laser like zapping people. Ah! But I was also thinking of having something in the foreground here, right up in your face. Yeah, and we're starting brand new. I guess I was trying to explain it there. So I have a few different things I want to add, but the main thing is we're just going for a sci-fi vibe. I was looking up some. So a giant robot here. Essentially, it's a scene of like a city getting invaded by robots. So in the front here, like right close to the camera, we're gonna have robots, like just a line of robots trudging into battle. So you have a line of robots just heading to the city here. The city's in flames. There's giant robots zapping dudes. There's little people running around getting zapped. Yeah, some people. Ah, no. So we got things started. I can just keep kind of adding to my city here a little bit. And I notice these are way too far to the left. To the left. Maybe add some skyscraper. Triple. What are we missing? Some single buildings. We can have a little housing complex back here maybe. Anti-tentacle monsters? No. I'm thinking more like, well, here's the... So I was looking around for some robots. Let's do a quick save here. I haven't even saved this yet. Let's call this Sci-fi beta. So I found one really sweet robot that I really liked, and I might just duplicate him like a bunch of times. It's this dude here. Robot mech. That's what I named it. I didn't create it. Somebody else created this. This is kind of the vibe I'm looking for. Kind of like Terminator vibes. Not too, you know, not too here or there. This is kind of, I like kind of the simple, but he walks really cool too. I can't really show you because my camera's on, but does he even show up? See, I'm hoping I don't get too far away. But Federico, do you have dreams? You a dreamer? Fellow dreamer? Dream on. And I'll probably have quite a bit of like depth. Like instead of just these two layers, we might even have, let's just put one in for now for demo purposes. Let's do one up here. And one back here. And a big benefit of using the floor is I know exactly where my horizon is. It's right here. Kind of see where we're getting. We're just kind of giving me a little depth. Oh, I gotta add the ground now. Oh, cool. If you want to type your PSN in there, and I'll give you a follow, buddy. I can tell you how awesome your shit is, or how terrible it is, or in between. Just kidding. No, I'm sure it's quite the adventure getting into dreams, man. You're entering into a beautiful thing. Let's see. Let's do one more double. No, we got double tall. We got single wide. Got one of these guys. Okay, let's do some more little guys. Couple little guys there. Is Fednik. Yeah, just go through those tutorials, my dude. It's all about those tutorials. They're best tutorials you'll ever go through in a game. It'll teach you pretty much everything, not everything, but it'll get you started. Like I would just say, go through all of them, every single one. I could even go through them now and I would still be learning stuff, even though I've been playing for a bunch. Let's see this quick save real quick. Let's make sure I go follow you before I forget. You can find me as Spiders. SPIYDRZ. For the world's tripods, well. Oh yeah, definitely be shooting the fat kids. That's actually funny. You could have couple quick people running and then he just zaps up the chunkers. So what was your name again? Fednik. It's a cool name. Everyone, where are you from, Fednik? There you are. What you got? Ooh. Ooh. Wait, what? Recreation of a painting? I've done that. Damn, dude. That's hella good for a new guy. And this is sweet too. I like this a lot. Man, you got it, dude. You've already... If that's your first attempt at a couple different things, I'm very impressed. Holy shit. I don't even know what to say about that. Let's see what you got going here. You got lighting, nice background. Giant light, okay. Cool little boat with a little dude. Reading a little scroll or something. Or no, that's their cape. Or who knows what that is. It was just made it to look cool. Dude, damn. Yeah, see, it's all gonna come. It's all the same thing, man. Cause I'm an artist. I do watercolor. I'm a commissioned artist, and I do watercolor paintings. And I just gotta, since you did that, and it was inspired by painting, I gotta show you something I did. I basically copied a painting. If you just Google like Shadow of the Colossus silhouette on Google, you'll see this painting. I basically jacked it, but. Robots with tentacles. Oh yeah, yeah. When I say World of War, it's less tentacly and more like kind of old school walker type, like 2 legs, no upper torso really, like no arms preferably. But anyway, eventually he settles in and it's just like the painting. But who cares? So yeah, I just had to show you that. That's a little thing. Anyway, back to it. So, sci-fi. Yeah, and Shadow of the Colossus is best game ever. One of the best games. Okay, so time to recreate our ground. We had it earlier, but I deleted it because I wanted to stretch this landscape out more. So we're gonna do the same thing we did earlier. Grid snap. Oh, we got. Now that we loaded out and come back in, we got to put the floor back on. And I put my grid snap back to 8. We do something like that, and then we're gonna stretch this out. I'm trying to keep the floor parts individual for now, just if I need to, I don't know. You don't want too huge chunks of things. It kind of screws things up. There you go. Oh, that's like perfect. So we did that, and I'm going to do that in the background. I might regret this, but we can just delete it if it looks dumb. So I copy and paste. Drag you all the way over. Yeah. And now let's see what that looks like. Ooh, see, we're getting there. Check it out. Exterminate, yep. Messing with, oh, you messing with me, dog. Get you. Get some weird tentacle. I don't want to get into that. Alright, so the more and more I think about it, I think this I should almost just put it in now. Well, we can keep this here for now. I want to make this front part water, I think. I'm slowly, well, I can just delete that easily, and we'll delete you too. Get one of these back, way back. And I might want to make even bigger skyscrapers. Like maybe I should just, here, let's put, just for demo purposes, and I can kind of get more sense of scale. Let's make a super tall mega skyscraper back here. Just one real tall one way in the back. Could always add a little fog. See that? That gives it a little more depth. Yeah, dude. Just keep going. Any questions you got, just pop them out. I'm happy to. Just hanging out. It's the new year, man. New year, new creation, new friends, new dreams. New, should probably get some new underwear. My underwear is pretty stinky. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, where was I? So, I'm going to add water here. This whole thing, is this going to work? Yeah. If it doesn't, we'll just do something else. So I'm going to do a little quick save. So a ways back, I made a large water template. So if you're trying to make like an ocean or a lake or a river, I got you. So if you go under me and you just search water, I'm sure it'll pop up. Realistic water template. 12 likes. That's where it gets a little tricky. Did we line it up perfect? Hey, alright. I know this will look weird, but let's just give it a look. Ooh, it doesn't even look that weird. The tricky thing is you gotta copy and paste. Yeah, dude, definitely I could use some new socks. Those are some. So here's a little quick tip. And I've seen earlier, anytime I start a new map, I always go to guides, and I always turn on the floor. It's just nice to have a frame of reference. And then I also always like to turn on a grid snap if you're doing anything where you're trying to just create a big square or something and keep things symmetrical. But then also, if you want to get even more into it, I like to click on X-ray and also click preview and visibility. So that'll show things like this. Now I can actually see this microchip which I want to be able to see so I could turn off this fog. I don't want to delete it. I'm just going to turn it off for now. I felt like it was kind of fogging things up. See, it looks better now. Definitely. Definitely. Okay, this is actually looking pretty good. So, let me think. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We got a grid snap at 8. So... Let me look at this one more time. Okay. So we're going to bring this over here. Might as well just bring it all the way. Line it up right there. Oops. What the fuck did I just do? I think I deleted on accident. Yeah, hit triangle. I hate this options button. See, that looks kind of janky. I think we actually can bring it up here even more. Not too much though, like that. There we go. I'd say I can dig that. It's just barely covering it. And then we're gonna copy and paste that. No Weeb Community Dreams yet? I don't even know. I think I'm too old to get in with the weebs. I'm just the old hippie dude who likes Pink Floyd and Bob Marley. Let's see. I don't know about that. I hate how some things cross over a little too much. Let's try this. Ah, that's better. So now I'm gonna do something real quick, but I'm gonna undo it just because it's way too much. Big scenes. Yeah, a lot of it. What's up, Javen? My sploder dude. A lot of it, Federico, is learning how to like hit. Like I hit R1 here. Oops, I gotta go to edit. Like I hit R1 here, and I know how to like. I'm locked onto this building. I can just scope in and around and just get in here, get way back here, or you can just play it again. What's going on, Sploder? I'm working on a little sci-fi. What do you got going on for the sci-fi event? Fuck, no furries. There's no weebs. This is all like 2000. This is all like 80s, 90s, and 2000 references. Anything past that, it's probably gonna lose me. I just found out about the Prancer size lady with the camel toe. That's where I'm at with that kind of shit. So just a quick little fun demo. One thing I like to do sometimes, just a massive overhaul. So I'm going to select everything, but then I'm going to deselect the waters, the camera, and also this background. So right now, and even this ground here. So right now all I have selected is all these buildings. And we're going to make a quick little silhouette. So what we got to do is I just copy and paste all that, flip it, drag it down, and now if we go back, boom! Didn't see that coming, did you? I'm the silhouette master. No. Not very humble, though, apparently. But look at that. That's how you do a silhouette, especially a big landscape like this. So once you've created the initial landscape, you just copy it, paste it, flip it, rotate it, and you got a perfect silhouette. Because that's all a silhouette is just a mirrored, flipped, inverted image. So if you look at any of my silhouette creations, that's how I do it. Just focus on getting a nice top part, and then just duplicate it, flip it, reverse it. Okay, so let's we just got to duplicate some of this water. I believe all of it. This will hopefully not hog up too much of our memory. What are we at? Another quick chip you can put on your thermometer. We're at 1%, 19%, so we're looking good. We still got our grid snap onto 8, so we should be able to just easily copy and paste our water template. Alright, meow, and right. I watched too much South Park, I think. All right, so let's play that again. And now we have the whole foreground covered in water, and we've got the reflection going. That reflection is sexy. Shit, I should have deleted all that. Okay, we gotta getting ahead of myself. We gotta undo that, undo that, undo that, undo that. We gotta delete all this reflection because those buildings are not definitely not final yet. And by the way, when you're copying and pasting a huge thing, you want to select it and then you go over here and copy and paste it. So then when you can just drag it and drop it. You don't have to do anything. As opposed to, let's say I want to do that over here. Well, and I would select here. No, that's what I used to, just do what I'm doing. Just copy and paste this corner, the corner that you're going to line up eventually once you got to line it up. Boom. Okay. So I got rid of the reflection. I know it's sad, but it'll be back. Don't worry. So kind of what I was thinking is, should I do that now? I mean, we've got the silhouette pretty much good. We got to do a little work on the city, but we can do that later. Let's kind of get the okay. Federico says, couldn't you decrease the reflections detail and animate it so it flickers like in water? Well, dude, this flickers. Well, I guess I don't expect, but I can definitely make this stuff flicker. Like right now, we don't have. Actually, you know what? Good call. Let's do that next. We need the sunset. That's gonna be. That might answer your question. So we go to gadgets. We go to sun and sky. And I like to always place the gadget or the sun next to like your camera or whatever, so it's close to your workspace. We got to turn this grid snap off. And we'll do something like this. So we line up the sun. It'll be like right on the horizon like this. Okay, something like. And what I want is, because it's going to be reflection, we almost want a half circle of the sun here, and then the half circle of the sun here. But does that answer your question? Is that the flicker like in water thing you're talking about? We just need like that. We need the light to be reflecting on it to give it the real flicker. But now that the sun is just kind of ugly, it's way too bright and like more something like this. Ooh, that'll even give us our little silhouette we were looking for. So we're gonna make it a prettier, richer color, and also not so ugly. I love a purple sun, but it's a little dark. So there's that. It looks kind of goofy. I guess since we're working on it, let's might as well finish it. So if you're gonna have a purple sun, your sky kind of needs to be purple, or at least a hue of purple, either blue or purple or red purple, depending on which way we're going. I think we're gonna go to the red or purple. And then how dark do we want it? We'll fiddle around with that. And there's a lot of sky images you can, and they are drastic changes. Sometimes you kind of gotta just have to use the defaults, but not always. It depends. If you're going for something really crazy, let's just keep it at the no sky image for now. We could change the flex. I like this fleck right here a lot. It's like a splatter, so since I paint, I like to just kind of go with the splatter. I'm familiar with it. Check this out. So, it's alright, decent. It's not perfect. I feel like we're missing a piece back here. No, it's there. Okay, never mind. So what next? What next? What are we missing, guys? What could I add? Help me out. The one thing I was thinking is just robots. I could have a robot right here. Let's just throw it in. So as I mentioned earlier, I found a really cool mech that somebody had created. Let's give credit. Who made this mech? I guess I can't figure it out. Whatever, fine. We got him back. He looks pretty cool, even right there. Alright, we gotta change. Let's turn this stupid imp off. By the way, if you didn't know, if you're new, and you got a camera, you don't want the imp here. You just scope into your camera. Damn it, I'm sure everybody already knows this, but... And then you just disable controller and hide imp. Then once you play... Oh, I screwed up the camera, I knew it. I'm bad at like talking and streaming and creating. Great English, my friend. It's kind of like the sky without the sun created by the dreams. Oh, okay. Let's try that then. Studio Light. Yep. And those are, that's my favorite stuff of playing with this. It's like I'm building a house. I want to get the structure core down, and then I can get the little cute little stuff. But I think you might be right about the sun versus the sky. Before that, let's see. Federico says, I was wondering if you decrease the detail of reflection sculpts and animate like with the flow, it will look like a proper reflection with all the bits scattered around, usually speaking. That's a deep... Decrease the detail of the reflection sculpts and animate... Oh, I see what he's saying. No, I actually think I know what he's saying. I don't have I deleted the reflection sculpts, but let's see if I can see what you're talking about. So if let's say this were one of the reflection scopes, go down here, and then I would go into it. I would reduce this something a little bit, but then I'd also put on flow. Whoa, that was way too much. This is my interpretation of what you're saying. I know I'm going way extreme and it looks really fucked up, but... Oh, we can't even see it. This fucker's in the way. We made him not even see it. Oh, see? Is that what you're talking about? Can you see that over there? Who created the... Were they talking about reflections or what? But I'm definitely interested in that because... And I feel like I have a pretty good... Oh, you know what? Let's do that next. That could be a game changer. I like where you're going with this, Federico. You're on the right. You're on the right. That's how you got to think if you're a dreamer. Let's get this dude kind of... One problem I have with the camera is just... I guess I gotta tweak the settings is what I need to do, but... Fuck me. Oh, it's because I turned the camera off, I think. No, I didn't. I've had this before. You need to... Oh, there we go. Is that kind of what you were talking about? Who created Cyberpunk? Okay, so, clouds. Yep. Actually, before I do that, we're going to do a quick little... I feel like you should be standing on a cool little platform right here. Oh no, he fell off. Sorry, robot. Forget it. He's Jesus. He's just walking on water. Yeah, can you tell me? Yo, what's up, bro, Hannes? Johans? Yeah, if you know the creator of that. But next thing I know I need to do is I have, okay, if you guys ever need some clouds, I have a really, one of my best templates is my cloud template. I'm really proud of this one. Cloudy sky. This right here, it's a huge cloudy sky, and it like constantly morphs. Ooh, check it out. We could move it way forward too. We're right in the center. Yeah, we can get this. This will give you a lot of depth, a lot of. The clouds do have a little glow on them, so you might want to turn that off if you, depending on. Yeah, see, I'm gonna have to turn that down. Yeah, here's my cloudy sky. Check it out. This is just a big, huge fog. Really long, really wide, not too like deep. And then I have it, the noise scale, you know, I guess I could show you all this stuff, but we could turn the glow way down. Way down. What if it's at nothing? That might be even better than anything else. Let's try it with a little bit. One. Let's do the 0. And maybe let's play this here. Whoa. Yep. That was the first victim. There's gonna be a lot of victims to this scene though. A lot of, it's mostly gonna be humans. That looks cool even just with the see how it's more of like a silhouette right here with the robot. That looks pretty cool. So the city needs a lot more depth. The horizon is way too like straight. It's very square. Everything is very square. I'm thinking of adding more of like a mountainous landscape in the background, so it kind of it can really, it'll blend everything instead of being everything is square. But I still want to go back to what JJ was saying earlier and get rid of the, as much as I'm liking this sun, get rid of the sun and with, so what I'll do is I'll get the sun out of here. It can give us a different kind of reflection. No, something like over here, sure. See what I mean? This is, that looks really cool. This game, it blows my mind. It scratches that itch that most people have, I think. Because humans are meant to create. It's how we survived over these millions of years. Why not both? Oh man. Okay, so actually I have a little sketch of what I was trying to go for here. Okay. That's a good one right there. Okay, okay. So we've kind of got our core set. We've got a good perspective, we've got a good landscape, we've got a decent city. This city's pretty weak still. I'm definitely going to add some stuff. And we could even add some lights and stuff. Oh shit, that gave me a really quick idea. Let me look. I think it's called Tall... No. Building? I made a really sweet skyscraper, but it wouldn't let me name it skyscraper because rape is in the name skyscraper. Shit, what was it called? Dang it. Big, no, it's probably not. It was a lit up like... Here, I can actually... Let's just make a new one. I know where it is. So here's a little fun little thing you can do, guys. And by the way, Happy New Year, if I haven't said it yet. Happy 2020. Here's my Happy New Year. 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Woo! Fight Alka Gaming. Above the clouds. Oh, you tell. Whoa. Who did? Oh shit! All right. Okay. The neighbors are pounding on the door. I gotta be a little quiet, but it's alright. We're dreaming. All right, so yeah, Happy New Year. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, so it was under. Shit, I lost it. Lost my focus. What was I looking for? Remind me. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Lisa. I was looking for... Oh, skyscraper. Okay, no, I remember now. Okay. So it's in my skateboarding level here. And if I go to genealogy, go to edit. So I made a bunch of badass skyscrapers with cool colors. So let's just grab one of them here. I'm going to save you as a tall building. It's only 10:30. Yeah, we're good. Okay, back out. Don't save. So now we should be able to import that tall building into our sci-fi scene. There it is. Popped up. Oh, but let's always, like always, we turn on our floor, turn on our grid snap to 8. Tall building. Oh, that's a big ass building. Didn't expect it to be that big. Federico, nope, I use my DualShock. You can usually tell if people are using the Move controllers because they have, it'll be like 2 balls instead of just one little imp like I have. But I do have Move controllers. Let's check out the skyscraper. Holy shit, look at that thing. It's obviously way too big. Got our little guide on 8. Let's bring this down a tad. 6, 7, 8. No, that was too much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this gonna line up with our grid? Hopefully. Not quite. Oh, maybe it does. There we go. That's cute. So we could add some of those. The thing is, the city is being infested by robots destroying the world. Do the lights still work? I could have them flickering a little bit. But damn, those clouds look really good, if I may say so. Well, let's just say... Oh, okay. What do you guys want to see next? I'll give you a couple choices. We could start adding the huge robots in the background, just huge robots way in the city, or I could start animating these closer robots somehow heading towards the city. I could do some fire, some destruction. I could multiply the city and make the city more deep, add more skyscrapers and buildings. which is kind of what's needed the most, I guess, technically. But the skyscrapers kind of look lame with that light. But that lit up skyscraper looks badass. What to do? What to do? Usually in these situations, I'm just gonna... Oops. Bring this back. Alright, I'm just gonna take a little step back and think about it. I'll be right back. Pete, don't tell me you could do that. So I'm gonna give you guys one more minute. Just give me a suggestion, and I'll do it. If you got a cool idea, I'll throw it in there. This is all about you. Happy New Year. I'll be right back. Just type it in the comments. I'll add it. Alright, I think we're gonna add more to the city. The city looks really bland. It's just one layer. It looks really tacky. We'll add some more of those colored skyscrapers. Bigger ones and some smaller ones. And we'll have to change the lighting as well. Let me think. I apologize. Life to the city? Okay, good call. Because once I add a little life to the city, we can actually add some giant robots to the city. So, here we go. And since I'm going to do this for a little bit, I like to turn on studio lighting. Kind of gets rid of all the weird effects, and I can just see what I'm working on. And you know what? Let's... I want to make a clear pathway for our robots to be walking, so I'm thinking right here will be our pathway for our robots. So I won't put anything in this whole lane here. And we'll start back up. Now we can give ourselves some room. Something like this. And just start copying and pasting some more buildings. And you can just... I mean, this is maybe the more fun stuff of Dreams, is just kind of free-flowing it, just kind of starting to throw into stuff down. I could make a little apartment complex of my own, you know, maybe a little... Start a little development for some hungry kids. You could do... Alright, I'm going to put down a Goodwill over here, because I love shopping at Goodwill, that's my thing. Goodwill right there, and then we'll do a Savers over here somewhere. Then there's always a Salvation Army pretty close to the Savers right there. And I don't know if you guys ever bought some Jordans, but here's the little Jordans factory. Nobody really knows what's going on there, but they make hella profits. I don't know. And then we're gonna have a little housing development, I think, back here. It's called Dreams Acres. They're small houses and they cost a ton of money. It's kind of like LA, I think. Something like that. There's Dreams Acres. Layers for the city, yeah. Dude, we doing layers for the city. Layers for the city. Oh, we need some apartment complexes. A little further back. Let's get even further back. I think we can get way back here if we really wanted to. Let's do like 3 of these. Depth of field with fog. Yep. Yep, that's the fun stuff that we get to do. But check it out, it's starting to look better. It's giving us more depth. It doesn't look kind of so tacky. But I mean, we're gonna have a badass giant robot just lasering through this path right here. We're talking Godzilla times like 6.5 with more lasers. Lasers. The triple towers of Hawaii. What else we got? A couple buildings around here. I don't like that placement. Let's go back. Cargo boats. Ooh, now we're talking. I didn't even think of that. That's what I got you here for, bro. Let's do that next. Oops. Cargo boat. I'm gonna have to Google up an image of that shit. This robot's getting a little annoying here. We gotta... Okay, how do I fix that? Is it here? No, that wasn't it. Check it out, dude. He's going to the city. He's gonna tear shit up. So I gotta turn that sound off. Doesn't scale. It needs a 3D sound. I found it useful to clone a big chunk of stuff by standing close to the camera and then refining from close. But I guess it's more useful with... Yeah, if you're trying to do tiny little sculpts and stuff. It all depends. Yep. Okay, so I need to add, what did he say? Oh yeah, cargo ship. Give it a try. If I get stuck, I'll just move on. Alright, so scope mode. I was thinking... something like that. Turn guide down. We'll pick a little cube. Something like that. And let's see, oh, there we go. Just winging it here. Screams some car crash. Yep. No! Bzz. This will be our one cargo. See how it looks. If he sucks, we can just hide him. Give him a little reflection. There you go, you got a reflection boat. A little test reflection. Looks terrible. What to do? Alright, let's keep going. More buildings. We could even crank this up, make it a little quicker. Instead of 8, we can go to, let's go to 32. Too much, 16. Oops. Guess I get a better control over position without going back and forth. So I copy stuff. I think you gotta start streaming, man. Making a little tutorial or something. So he says why. Camera, and then I see what you mean. If you have like a static camera like I have, then you might as well just sit here and place stuff from the original camera position. I don't know if that's what you're saying, but Is it this one I gotta change? No, that won't work either. I just gotta stop fucking with these controls over here. Oh, there we go. Alright, time for a few more buildings. What's up, dude? Dreams have meanings. Forget your actual gamer tag, but what's up? You've been putting up some really cool stuff on YouTube lately. I've been pretty impressed. I think you've been working with some other people, if I'm not mistaken. Right. So what was next? What was next? Some more buildings. Get too distracted. Some of that. Let's get some just regular buildings back there. Just trying to get a little more depth to this scene. I think if we get some really far back stuff, it'll really kind of help out. So I'm just remember we got 10 different styles of buildings, so I'm just trying to grab one of each. I'm just gonna start kind of spread them out. Grab we haven't used a whole lot of this guy, and I'm just making sure to keep the lane clear for my giant robot that we're gonna add next here. I'm trying to keep everything at least on this plane here. I'm not trying to go past. I'm tempted to go past it, but we'll just try to keep it here for now. If anything, we'll move everything to the back. Do anything? Yeah, the comps. I'd like to. Yeah, sure. I guess I haven't really realized like I can participate. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh shit, I missed out. But yeah, I'd love to. That sounds really fun. In fact, yeah, like those 30-minute ones. Holy shit. I'm a little intimidated because I see some people doing some really impressive stuff. And I'm like, oof. Oops, let's do this. Here, check this out. Do one of those. Oh, dang it. And then that. And then this. I was trying to think of some chimneys or something. Ooh, that reflection looks cool over there now. Okay, let's do a little animation here just since this dude's in the way already. What am I creating? So it's essentially what I'm going to hopefully submit to the science fiction community jam. And oh god, I keep getting to this thing. My vision is a post-apocalyptic science fiction skyline here. Everything will be reflected. There's going to be robots, giant robots zapping people all over. People are going to be running and screaming. And it'll be kind of a loop, so it'll be like an infinite loop of just robots fucking shit up, invading the city. The city's burning. People are jumping from buildings, maybe even. I don't know. Don't take my word for it, but what I was thinking is, so I'll do something like this. And maybe I can, I'll show you in a sec. Sometimes I have trouble with the camera, and I just have to put it on a timeline. Once you put the camera on a timeline, it just kind of holds its own. We're just going to do a little back and forth. You'll see what I'm going for here in a sec. I know it doesn't make any sense, but it will, hopefully. I'm gonna end right where we started, right here. And then let's see what happens if I just start it like that. Okay, it doesn't work yet, but it's because the stupid camera. Is there a way to force the camera to work without any? I'd love. Oh, dude, I'm really excited about this jam, and especially what people are going to create. Like, I know that a lot of people are going to be able to create really cool stuff. I've been googling stuff all day, looking at like planets and solar systems and spaceships, trying to get a little inspiration of what to do. But all right, so just avoid that. I'm just going to make a timeline. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I have yet to figure it out. Then we do loop. Let's see if this works. There we go. I'll have to turn his audio down. Yep, shaky camera. I could get that going. So what do you guys think about the city? It needs a little work. Okay, yeah, definitely. The right side needs some work. The left side looks pretty good. And I should just add more of those colored skyscrapers. I'm open to suggestions. And I'll be working on this for a few days. It's nothing will be final here. Just kind of brainstorming. Who knows where it could end up. It looks stupid because he's walking on water right now. It doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, like a little some dude with like his VHS camera, like, oh my god. That'd be cool. Alright, that's annoying. Let's turn this audio down. Let's go. Activate micro. Let's delete all the audio. Right there. There we go. Yep, Paranormal Activity, Blair Witch type shit. What's it called? Cloverfield. Oh my god, Outlast, survival, camera HUD. Just we're getting deep. One thing at a time. I'll create the scene and then we can just we can do really cool camera work once we just get like it'll be like a rotating thing that'll just keep happening over and over again in the loop. Could have some cool different camera views. So we're gonna add a few more skyscrapers to the back right. I don't know, that dude's just kind of patrolling around on the water for no reason. Doesn't make any sense, but we don't gotta worry about that. Let's do a copy, something like this. Doom, doom, doom. What if we just copy and paste just 4 random buildings? We're just like, you know what? We're just gonna throw 4 random buildings over here. Hell yeah. What's up, Bench? Does that actually look like projected? Well, it actually does. It's just kind of hard to see right now. This is a robot I stole from somebody, technically, but yeah, see how he does project a light. You can see it reflecting off the ground. But right now he's just super basic. Just ignore him pretty much. Okay, I actually have. The one initial idea I had is these robots are just constantly walking into the water towards the city. So you're kind of assuming they just walk into the water, walk all the way to the city, and now the city's on fire. There's robots. So they're just like slowly walking in, which we could do pretty easily, actually, now that I think of it. Let's do that next. Building with the oval-shaped platform at the top. I think it's a restaurant. Yo, danger rule. What weird building? What are you talking about? What you talking about, man? So we could create a... let's do a couple more buildings. We still gotta do more skyscrapers. And this building is jacked up back here. What is this? I don't know how that happened. I was just copy and paste a little bit this, a little bit that. Copy and paste you. Yeah, he's contemplating. He's like, do I just invade the city and kill all the innocent humans, or do I just maybe try to find like my sense of like existence? What do I do? What's a robot to do, man? What do you do? Okay, so we're gonna get a few more buildings in the background. Let's do some of these guys way in the back. We're getting there. We're almost there. We're about to get to the even more fun stuff. Even though it's fun to be able to just kind of throw stuff down wherever you want occasionally. Oh, what are we missing? So we got our huge lane right here. Need some stuff over to the right still, I believe. So what are we missing from up here? What do we got? Big factory. Let's take up too much. What's some of these? It'll take too long. You won't be able to do it in like 3 weeks. Or I mean, not 3 weeks, like 2 weeks. It sounds intense. Not that you couldn't do it, but is it worth it? Personally, for these community jams, I like to do just kind of little simple stuff. Or if you get lucky, you've just been working on something for a really long time and it just fits into the next community jam right when you finished. Maybe you're better off just holding on to some good ones. Ooh, how about some of these guys? Didn't do much with these. Gonna make a twin stick shooter where the enemy ships are produced by the... Oh my god. Dude, that's a great flip on the... Because normally you're controlling the music. If you have the enemy control the music. Maybe like DJ Devil, he's just shooting enemies at you. I don't know. No. That's cool, dude. I like that. You already know how to do it pretty much, I'm sure. Alright, this city looks really good now. I'm liking it a lot. Couple more back right, more. A little tiny bit, sorry. Let's do one of these things where we copy. We do like bang, bang. Bang. No. Bang, bang. We need something to fill back here a little bit. Let's get some more really tall ones way back here. Maybe even go a little farther back for just one of them. that one. And your ship fires in time with the beats. Ooh. Dad, let me finish. I could see it. I could see it now. I think it's time to animate these robots a little bit better. Yeah, it'll make way more sense, I think. And then we can start putting... Yep. Okay. We got it. So we're gonna just put this on... let's do it in 1 for now. We're gonna start animating our robot to walk towards the city into the water. I think we're gonna roll with that. Gonna play the game. Space Needle? Is that what it's called? Oops. I think I'm doing this wrong. Now we'll get it. Oops. So I just gotta carve into this. I want it to be like a beach, so they're just kind of walking into the water slowly. They don't like fall into the water. Kind of like, I'm sure there's robot scenes in movies where they're just like, just walking into the water. Or like Jason, Friday the 13th type thing is what I'm thinking. Alright, so let's just start sculpting here. Turn off this grid snap. Change our shape to... I think maybe a filled donut. What do we do? Okay, this is what we'll do. No. Don't overthink it. No. Okay. I'm gonna get this dude over here. Need a sense of scale. Yeah, we need this bigger. Alright. Can always shrink it if I need to. Don't know why I'm being so stingy. Let's make it even taller as well. Sorry, it's not always the most fun thing to watch. It's just kind of like, resize this, resize that, put the grid on, grid snap. It's like watching a fucking math teacher. What happens if I just play it there? Okay, that's camera. You know, we're going to disable the camera. Where was that? Why can't I find the... Oh yeah, I put the camera on the timeline. That's what sucks about the timeline camera thing, is you have to go to the timeline and turn it up. Anyway. So now we can... Whoa, so what's going on with our... I can't control him. Oh, he's got the thing on. Okay, that's why. He had the action recorder on, my bad. Okay. Oh, we're gonna have to delete that stupid sound again. Whatever. Alright, this should be relatively simple. So I pretty much need to create a slanting down surface for him to walk into the water. I also have to take his sound off again. So the first thing we do is we're going to just go back in here, otherwise I'm going to go crazy by listening to his stupid sound effects again. Not that they're terrible or anything, but just when you're editing they're pretty rough. There, now they're gone. Okay. Now we can do what I was trying to do earlier. So maybe we'll start down here. We're going to scope in here. We're going to get our fill donut, turn off our grid snap. Maybe we'll start, yeah, let's start down here. Just going to start kind of chipping away little by little. Every chip I take, I'll adjust a little bit. Slowly chopping. I know there's things I could probably be doing better. But we could all probably say that, right? Not perfect. Smooth out a couple of these spikes. I know I could go into my extra settings here. I don't think that does it. Let's do that. Yeah, let's just test it out actually. So we're just walking on the beach. And I want to just slowly walk into the water. Imagine the water is right there. Maybe I'm doing too much here. Look at how he's shaking. What's going on? Don't be scared. He's a scared robot. What's up with that? Yeah, let's just simplify this a little bit here. I'm thinking we just let's undo all that. It's there somewhere. What to do? That would be better. Try that out. Ooh, there we go. And that's it. Just gotta get below that line there. Cool. Okay, so what we can do next is, where's the camera? trying to select this ground here. What did I do to myself? Ooh, under the water. That's cool too. Let's see, what should I could do this much more efficiently, I'm sure. It's gonna work actually. Yep, okay. Rewind, and we're going to record this animation. Turn this camera back on. Not the best angle, but sorry. What are we at? I kind of sucked, but it's not what I was. Something like that. Suppose I should be walking towards the city. Let's just check it out. Looks corny. I have to make it like invisible or something. They're too visible in the water. You could just go around the corner. Have a little thing blocking it. Yeah, I guess. Okay, there we go. We'll have to do that. Gotta edit this shit a little bit. So I'm picturing we need to just kind of block off part of it so you can't even see it, otherwise it'll look dumb. Oops, iPad turned off. What'd you say? Could add some small red lights on his shoulders, like a glowing thingy. Well, again, he does have a little bit. He's got like a red. Like this light does emit pretty good light. You can even see it right there. It shows it. Okay, so he walks down. Shit. There's gotta be a better way to do this. What am I forgetting? Let's see. Okay, let's turn you back over here. Maybe I should have this over here. Video I met from visibly from behind when he's in water. Oh, sure, sure. It's almost the problem. I need him to disappear in the water. It's a simple aesthetic change. I think I'm spending too much time on it, really. Okay, let's just do that. We're gonna just scrap this whole piece of shit thing that I built because it's just caused me more trouble. We're gonna keep it real simple this time. We're gonna turn my grid snap. It's just gonna be a long angled thing. Whoa, where'd it go? Just slowly walk into the water. Or should I could just scrap all this and go to the big robot? Nope, we've gone this far. Let's just finish this. I know what to do. Just gotta do it. Might even have to be invisible. So something dumb like that. Do we get the floor on? Yep. Just line it up with the floor. Boring, I know. Turn off grid snap and let's just really carefully rotate it just a little bit. Like that. Turn back the grid snap. So essentially we'll walk down that ramp. Is that long enough? Yeah, I was just overthinking it. I need to just get the basics down. I'm trying to perfect everything. Let's stretch this out a little bit more. We can turn it black. Maybe that'll help. No, we'll have to make it invisible, I think. But alright, whatever. We'll just keep going with what we're gonna do. We're gonna have this dude now walk into it. So I'm picturing this dude right here, he'll just loop infinitely, and it'll just be soldier after soldier walking towards the burning city of humans getting demolished. Oh, I need it steeper, it looks like. Well, it's actually not too bad, potentially, we'll see. So he'll just kind of fade into the abyss. I could maybe add it just where you can't see him anymore. Whatever, let's keep him walking. I could just add the... Yeah, there's a few things we can do to fix this. A little bit longer. Right. About now. So if I play it, but I think I have to also make this invisible. So you go to physical properties and you go to visible and you just turn that off. The sound effects don't sound very good either. And we still need the reflection of all the skyscrapers. Well, I think a simple solution is going to be I need to make it steeper into the water. And also I can add a, yeah, okay, I know what we'll do. I got it. We'll add some fog underneath the water there, so as he walks further and further, he'll just disappear into the blackness. And we can just have it loop. And he's still walking though, look at him go. Proud of him. And he'll just loop it over and over. Is there a way to... I wish he didn't warp back like they do. Not sure how that works. Let's start. Ooh. Stain once. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. But if anything, for now, all right. Let's do this one more time. Delete that. This needs to go more rotated. This platform here. Oh, gotta turn the lock off. Is that too much? We'll find out. Alright, let's record our possession. It's black and white for some reason. Still taking a little too long to go underwater, I'd say. Maybe not. I just gotta have it more, I should maybe turn the fog on. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's just keep him walking. This could be perfect. We'll just finish the animation off. Maybe even walk him off the pole. Heavier, slower animation? Yeah. Okay. Get to that. Yeah, I should have messed with his animations first. I just kind of went with what he had. It's probably not a good idea. Maybe add some splashing sounds or something. I don't know. This isn't really doing what I was looking for. I think maybe the only savior is going to be if I go into this microchip and I turn on this fog. It's going to be the only saving grace, I think. Let's see. I hate the studio lighting sometimes. Oh yeah, I love those Vex. See his lights on his headlamp? I don't know. I don't like it, but we're just gonna move on from the foreground robot, and we're gonna work on our big, huge robot in the background. But we'll keep this guy here, even though he's obviously missing something. He can't really. It's not obvious enough that he's walking into the water. It just looks not what I was hoping for, but I guess I kind of need like splashes and stuff. So, but I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. A little boring if I'm not even here. So we're going to try to add a giant robot in the background. And we're actually going to use the same one we got over there. We'll probably just have to choose one or the other. And we're just going to find out what happens when we scale them up. How does that look? Turn our camera off. How big do we want this dude? A little bigger. Let's see what happens when we record possession. Let's just try it. Whoa, we got that weird sound still. Whoa, let's see what that looked like. Oh, dang it. Gotta turn on. And from now on, we should probably keep our... We should keep this just hidden over here at all times. So we're going to be turning that on and off a lot. Oh, that's kind of cool back there. He's just way too slow. Let's make this dude way faster. Let's do 20. Let's 20. Walk speed. And I always do walk speed. I don't recommend ever using run speed. I'll get into that some other time. There we go. Camera set a little ball in the way. Oh shit, hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that was bad. I'll read that in a sec here. Still way too fast. Pop the recorder. Oh, I got stuck. Oh, I gotta take that stupid noise off. Jeez. I don't know why they put that in there. Alright, I keep getting stuck, but it's because I'm not really doing this properly. Oh yeah, there you go. I like that idea. So the camera inside, a little boat. Let the robot get on the scene behind the camera. Stare for a second. Well, I'm thinking for like a loop. I don't know if that means it's for a loop. Okay, so to do this properly, we gotta. Oh, where did I go? This. Oops. Okay, now we bring you over here. For the first robot, sure. Like the intro, that makes sense. Like a Normandy type thing or something. Let's see. So acceleration should be down. Turn that off this time. I think that'll be the ticket. Forgot to turn the sound off. I'll do that next. Should probably give myself a little more room. Burp, 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 burp. Turn that back on. Then we can play. Ooh, look at that laser on his head. That looks cool. Okay, I apologize. Let's get rid of that sound before we go any further. It's buzzkill right there, I tell ya. Just got to delete a couple of these stupid sound things. There we go. Should be super slow. Chat with glasses, yep. Trying to get him to that right speed there. I gotta tone him down a little more. He's super janky, obviously. Ooh, I like the robot disappeared. Moonwalk. So I think we need to... Yeah, he's definitely had too many beers for a giant. Drank like a whole factory. Alright, robot. Dummy. keep forgetting which one is the... Damn it. It's hard to tell. See, animate. Slow down. Slow. Do a little puppet animation. Imagine something like this. The limbo, yeah. It's kind of what I'm going for, just not as silhouetted. I thought I got rid of the sound. Oh, see it, because I didn't. Oops. It's not like doing the stuff on a PC, I can tell you that. Still too fast. Okay, so what we gotta do, we gotta delete the action, then delete the sound. Okay, that's good. Oh yeah, and we gotta move some of these buildings out of the way. Just a few are just kind of in the way. Like this one. This guy up here. Can you put him on slow-mo? I don't know if there's a way to do slow-mo. What do you mean? I've seen some people kind of do some slow-mo stuff, but... Okay, so we get the camera. Okay. Turn this dude off for now, he's kind of just distracting. So we can turn this camera off, and we're going to do another puppet controller. And what do we do? Slow him down even more. Turn speed way down. I think that might be what is glitching me out. Acceleration down. No jump. Let's give him a rip. Puppet control. Try not to look around too much. I think that's when he kind of gets all glitchy. We're going to just walk a little bit longer. Let's just get halfway here. Maybe you can turn around. Oh, he's really slow at turning around. It's tough controlling these giant dudes. They're a whole nother beast. Oh, I gotta change deceleration, I think. Can't even move. That's glitchy. See, we're getting there. Let's rewind it. Stretching the frames of the animation. Not that deep, man. I don't even know. I mean, we're getting there. I think I just got to keep slowing them down. Then I couldn't turn around here completely. That looks pretty badass. Look at that. Okay, we got to slow them down. Increase turning radius. Give ourselves a little turnaround zone over there too. Yep. Okay. Yep. So a little slower. Better deceleration. What was it? Sliding. If it's high, it'll slide. We don't want it low. We don't want that either. I was also thinking of changing springiness. We'll go down to 15. I could throw it all off. We'll see. But now we pretty much got to re-record that animation. Before I do, let's read what you said here, friends. JJ, can animate the head turning later for more precision. Oh yeah, see, I was thinking of that, zapping some stuff. I'm still kind of just getting the skeleton down of this whole game, where I just get everything, the speed ready. I'm sure eventually I'll redo everything I'm doing here. But I'm pretty confident. Let's give ourselves some room back here. Just to have a bunch of turnaround room over here. So he'll walk over here to make a big circle and then come back. You can back these up a tad. Sure. Let's give this a look. Oops. Maybe increasing gravity could help. I don't know if that's going to make... Is he still too fast? I think he is. Alright, let's give him a rip. I keep saying that. Almost, yep, we're close. It's weird, like, this is me trying to record possession right now. I should almost just do this. I don't know if looking down glitches him out. Just test it out. Let's move around a little bit. Eventually we will go all the way up there and turn around. Is he too slow now? a little tiny bit too slow. I think we're there, guys. We're gonna make them a little faster, and we're just gonna go for it. Let's test his. We gotta test out his. Crap. Yeah, screw it. Whatever. Why is he way over here? Let's do a quick save just in case something weird happens. Drag you way back. Yeah. Oh, we lost our camera. I lack discipline. Do another test. Just keep testing until we get it right. Might as well get it right. I try to be patient. Oh yeah, we gotta test this turnaround. No, that's pretty good. Just walk off camera. This could be a fairly long recording. This does remind me a lot of when I made my Shadow of the Colossus level, because it takes so long to move that it does take a long recording, but it's worth it in the end. You just gotta just trial and error. And I probably won't even save this, but I mean I'll save it, but so how does he look turning around there? Whoa, whoa, not good at all. Great. That's promising. Do I have to do it all off screen maybe? Maybe that's what I just gotta do. If I can get past this, I can turn around. I gotta get way over here. Shit. Do we start off screen? No. Can't wait for the SFX? What do you mean? Oh, yeah. If you got anything to submit, I mean, you can toss her in there. Alright, I think since I think I'm trying to be too perfect, we're gonna find a little happy compromise here. We're gonna do a way smaller turn. A shorter route. I was thinking of doing the complete route, but we're just gonna do a quick route. We're gonna start up here. Delete that. Oh crap. Possession recorder. Sometimes you get a few random possession recorders in there. Oops. That might be a crucial one actually. Nope. What the fuck? Oh, rage. No, it's there somewhere. I don't know what's up with always possession recorders. should be able to select this and just delete it, but I can't. I can't do it, Captain. It's cool. Especially if we had the reflection to be even more badass. There goes downhill, but you know, whatever. I think you can see where I'm going with this. I think I need to probably be done here. I'm just kind of ran out of the juices. What else I can do? One last little thing. Turn off studio lighting. See, we could do something cool like this. A little more brightness. It's a raucous beam animation? No. It's not ring a bell. This is cool looking. I think we got a good start. I don't want to get too far because they just started the science fiction community jam. I want to give myself some time to think about it. This will change a lot. The animation is super jank. But we're getting our foundation set. We'll redo all that. Rescale, reduce, reuse, recycle. So, but I think it's time for Clever Trev to make a grilled cheese sandwich and maybe watch some weird documentary on Netflix. So, doesn't ring a bell. Quick save. So in my final thoughts, guys, thanks. Really appreciate you. See, I need to go to bed. Really appreciate you hanging out. I just like to create dreams and dream of new dreams and new creations and original ideas. And it is 2020. Don't worry. Bob Marley says, "Happy New Year." Worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. But until next time, my friends, dreamers, JJ, and friends, hook it up.